a little slight problem. Yo, my thing is like go a little bit. I don't even know what that was. I think it was like lint. But we are back. We had a small problem with the microphones. I need to remember to charge them. I charged them a little bit, but I'll just be on for a couple of minutes here. 2025 coming up pretty soon. It is insane how fast this year has gone. I always say that with every year. I need to trim on my beard, yo. But let's talk about 2025 right now. So whether you're watching this live or you're watching it after, appreciate you. We've gotten pretty far on the channel. We're about to hit 36,000 subscribers, which is amazing. But we are here to talk about 2025 and what's coming in movies. Tomorrow, I will have a more thorough video talking about 2025 movies, going more in depth on all of the movies I'm about to talk about. This is more me of just reading off the list of movies I have for 2025 and just talking about how excited I am. So let's start off with January, because January is starting off pretty strong. Usually you would say January has like the movies that are just like the studio doesn't care anything. But no, this January seems different because we're starting off with Wolfman from Universal Pictures and Blumhouse, Lee Wano directing with Christopher Abbott and Julia Garner starring. The trailer looks great for this. Remember when the Wolfman first got shown and it was like at Universal Studios Horror Nights and everybody was like, that does not look good. But I said, have faith in Lee Wano. He did a great job when it came to The Invisible Man, which I really loved. And I think the same is going to be said about The Wolfman. I think that movie looks great, and I'm excited to see what type of spin Lee Wano wants to do with it. But yeah, Wolfman comes out January, I believe it says 10th or 17th. So actually, I think it's 17th. So January 17th, that will come out. The next film I'm excited for is going to be Presence by Steven Soderbergh, and it stars Lucy Liu and Julia Fox as well as Chris Sullivan. I've been wanting to watch this movie this whole year. It had like limited events and things like that. It was at some festivals, and I did not get the chance to watch it. It is finally coming out, and I'm excited for it. So this is being, by people that I know who have watched it, being sort of described as an Violent Nature's cousin. So if you weren't a fan of an Violent Nature, this is definitely a movie that you might definitely be thinking, I just don't know about this, because all it is you are in the shoes of a ghost in this house with this family, and the ghost is just seeing as the family is sort of dealing with everything with their situation, whether it's things with the children and with the parents, and the parents having dilemma with each other. So the ghost is just witnessing all this. I don't know how much happens in it. I haven't really looked past it, but it just sounded interesting to me, so I'm definitely there for that one. This is a film I've already watched, and it is coming out finally, and it is Love Me, which had its premiere at Sundance last year. This one is more of a film that I think is... It's going to be interesting how people perceive this film, because I think it's great for its first half and the first like hour, and then it kind of gets a bit repetitive. But basically, these two I would say non-sentient beings become sort of sentient. So I'll read you what it says. A post-apocalyptic romance in which a buoy and a satellite meet online and fall in love after the end of human civilization. Played by Stephen Ewan and Kristen Stewart. Their performances are great here, and the premise is interesting, but I think it gets a little bit repetitive and redundant. But I'll talk more about that later on. So the next film we do have as well here is going to be Companion, which is a film starring Sophie Thatcher, Jack Quaid, Lucas Gage as well. And this is one of those movies that I've just been so excited for. They've had a bunch of things coming up. Appreciate coming on here, giving that support. Really means a lot to me. Truly appreciate that positivity here. Oh yeah, there's a lot of movies that I'm definitely looking forward to. Some of the ones you mentioned there as well. But yeah, appreciate all the love as well on the comments there. But yeah, Wicked Part 2, definitely excited. After Wicked, I am ready to see whatever they're bringing. One with Brad Pitt definitely is another one for sure. And How to Train Your Dragon. I'm about to talk about that one because I got a confession about it. I have not watched the animated How to Train Your Dragon, but that's going to change pretty soon. I'm going to be watching those for sure. But yeah, Companion is a film with Sophie Thatcher, Jack Quaid, Lucas Gage, and the trailer for it looks great. It had a little bit of a premiere in Los Angeles a couple of weeks ago, and people said it was amazing, so I'm definitely excited about that. I'll actually be making a video about Companion pretty soon because I want to talk more about it for sure. So the other films that we have as well on Valentine's Day, we have The Gorge, which is the new Scott Derrickson film, which stars Miles Teller as well as Anya Taylor-Joy. Hello all, how are y'all doing tonight? Or evening or morning, wherever you are. This one looks good. I saw the trailer for it. It sounded interesting. I'm excited to see what Scott Derrickson does with something other than horror because it does have some horror elements to it, but it looks like a bit more action to it, which has me very excited for that. The Monkey, the new Osgood Perkins film, and this is one that I'm excited to check out. This one stars Theo James as well as Tatiana Maslany and Elijah Wood, and this one is a movie that I'm excited to see what Neon's going to be doing with it because it definitely has some interesting aspects to it, especially concerning that it is a Stephen King story, and I'm excited to see that because we saw with The Black Phone, which is also getting a sequel in 2025, was a short from a book that Stephen King's son had wrote. So now they're doing a movie on a short that Stephen King had wrote. So very interesting things going into 2025 right there. Another film we have as well that sounds interesting is The Legend of Ochi, which is coming to us from A24, which will actually have a premiere at Sundance. So very excited for that movie right there, The Legend of Ochi. Another film we have as well coming up here is Sinners, which is the latest film from Ryan Coogler. We're in March right now with Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, Jack O'Connell. Very great cast here. Already saw the trailer for this as well. It's up on YouTube if you want to watch it. Sinners looks really good. Basically bringing vampires and just amazing, amazing with Western vibes as well. So very excited for that. We move on to March as well, and we go into April. So I'm going to make a more thorough list of all of these movies for a video tomorrow. All of the movies in March and April and all of that, so stay tuned. We do have the Minecraft movie, which I'm hesitant about, but as a fan of Minecraft and also Jared Hez, because he did the film Napoleon Dynamite, which is one of my favorite films, I will hold some optimism there for that movie right there. We also have Mickey 17 coming out in April, which is the new Bong Joon-ho movie with Robert Pattinson, which I'm very, very excited for to talk more about as well. And I do have a Mickey 17 video coming out as well. There's a ton of videos I need to do before the end of the year. Yeah, Freaky Friday sequel as well is on my top of the list. I'm excited to see that trailer once it drops. Megan 2.0, Lilo and Stitch, yeah, Sinners for sure. And yeah, Minecraft. I'm excited for Minecraft. I know a lot of people aren't too excited, but I just love playing Minecraft, and I haven't played it in a bit, but it's definitely like something that always brings me back. So I'm excited to see that one for sure as well. Until Dawn is a movie I forgot was even coming out until I'm going on this list right here. I'm curious to see what they do because I just don't know how you can make a video game that already felt like a movie become a movie. But we'll see. It's David F. Sandberg who did the Annabelle creation, Lights Out, and all of that. It could definitely be good. It could definitely be good. Then we move on to, we are in May, where we have Final Destination. We're back with Final Destination, which sounds interesting to me to see it all these years after. Curious what they're doing with it. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, I'm excited for, and Jurassic World Rebirth as well. Those first shots they showed were very interesting, and the cast just sounds great. I'm curious about what they're trying to do with it as well, now taking it in a new direction as well. In May, we also do have Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. We have Lilo and Stitch. I'm excited to see what they do with that. The Running Man. I forgot about The Running Man. I saw like that's an interesting one for sure. And Glenn Powell has become one of my favorite actors to see what they do. After Twisters and also Hitman, I think that he definitely is on a good roll. So we shall see what that is. And I see right here, there's a film called Karate Kid Legends. I didn't even know about this movie. I'm going to have to look it up. It says Jackie Chan's in it as well as Ralph Macchio. And, you know, we're going to have to see what that one's going to be all about for sure. The Life of Chuck comes out also in May, which is the latest film from Mike Flanagan. I had a chance to watch that one. It is very good, honestly. Tom Hiddleston as well in this, and a slew of other actors. Really great film right there. Then in June, we have How to Train Your Dragon, the live action. I have not seen the animated How to Train Your Dragon. I will do that before I see the live action because I love this trailer when I watched it on the big screen when I went to go see Wicked last month. And I definitely do want to see the animated film before I see the live action because people have told me that's one of the best animated films and I have to check it out. So that's going on my list for sure. Then in June, we have 28 Years Later. I just did a video on 28 Years Later, some theories and things like that. If you want to go check it out, I'm excited about that for sure, 100%. Then we have F1, which is the film with Brad Pitt and Damson Idris, which I love Damson Idris from Snowfall, so very excited to see what that is. Oh, Novocaine. I heard there's a trailer for that. I have not watched it yet, but I do want to see it. I didn't even know that Jack Quaid had another film coming out in 2025. I was just talking about Companion, which is one that I'm very excited for after that trailer. We do have Megan 2.0 as well in June, which means there's a lot of promise in it probably as well. We move on to July, where we have Jurassic World Rebirth, as well with a big cast that includes Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali. I'm excited to see Mahershala because it's been a bit since we've seen Mahershala. Jonathan Bailey in it as well. So Jonathan Bailey's going to be in Wicked and in Jurassic World next year. Double Jonathan Bailey. Five Nights at Freddy 2. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Avatar Fire and Ash. Yes, a new SpongeBob movie. I'm going to see if it comes up here on the list because I'm always excited for new SpongeBob as well. Then we have the Superman movie. Can the DC universe come up? And I'm excited to see James Gunn doing this one as well because I always love everything James Gunn has done. Then, in another flashback, another, if you want to say nostalgia, we have I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel. And we just recently learned that Jennifer Love Hewitt is coming back. So, I don't know. We'll see what that one has. The Fantastic Four First Steps. You know what? 2025 is sounding stacked. So many great movies, I think, could definitely be coming out this year. Saw 11. I've been waiting for Saw 11 after Saw 10. Very excited to see what they do with that as well. It's just been like a movie that I'm just like, come on, I want to hear when is that coming out. I think I'll be watching most of these movies actually. Like the next movie I'm going to be watching is going to be Sonic 3 and that Bob Dylan movie next week probably, which is the one with Timothée Chalamet. But in 2025, I want to watch as many of these movies for sure. In August, we have Freakier Friday coming out, as well as The Bad Guys 2, and we have Nobody 2, and an Insidious sequel, it says right here on Wikipedia we're reading right now. I will be doing a whole video talking about all of these movies. It's probably going to be a really long video, so stay tuned for that, probably this week or tomorrow. Then in September, we have the final film in The Conjuring, Last Rites, and it's going to be interesting how they want to finish that off as well. Elio is another movie I'm excited for. I just saw the trailer for it recently. John Wick spin-off Ballerina. I think that comes out in May, I believe. I maybe skipped over it on accident here, but yeah, Ana de Armas definitely. I'm excited to see what she does with that. Then we have another film coming out in September called The Bride, which is Maggie Gyllenhaal and basically The Bride of Frankenstein. We have two Frankenstein movies coming out next year, which is interesting. Maggie Gyllenhaal and Guillermo del Toro doing both of those. Then it says Saw 11 comes out September 26th. And yes, we do have also into October now. Okay, yeah, so Ballerina out in May. There's a trailer for that as well. I haven't watched. There's a lot of trailers I need to catch up on. I've only watched the 28 Years Later one, but I do want to watch the other trailers I've missed and make a video on that. Probably put them all together in a video tomorrow. Then in October, we have the new Tron film, Tron Ares. And then we have the Black Phone 2, which is the thumbnail I'm using. And I've already made a video about the Black Phone 2 and them talking about it as well, which I'm excited to see what Scott Derrickson and the writer Cargill will do with that. They said that they're taking the story into high school now, and it's going to be very interesting how they continue the story here. Mortal Kombat 2 does come out in October 24 as well. We go on to November, so pretty much a year from now, we will have Predator Badlands. We also will have Begonia, which is the new Yorgos Lanthimos film, which I'm excited for about. Yeah, Predator Badlands. It sounds interesting. And then we do have an Alien show as well this year. So a lot of like big nostalgia this year for sure. The Alien show is going to be on FX, so I'm excited about that as well. We do have Now You See Me 3. So a lot of these films that are coming out are just like a long time in the making, right? And then finally, we get Wicked Part 2 again in November 21st. So I'm excited to see the conclusion, how it's coming to come around, and all of that. Very, very excited for that. We then have The Running Man, of course, with Glenn Powell and directed by Edgar Wright. This one has a very great cast, also, as I'm looking here right now. Then we have Zootopia 2 to end November, which I've seen some of those images they showed at D23 this year. Looks really great right there. December comes around and we have Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and then we have Avatar Fire and Ash, and this is the SpongeBob movie right here. I see it. Search for SquarePants. So I'm excited to see what that one's going to be. And yeah, those are all the movies so far that are listed. I will be doing a full video on all of these tomorrow and just giving you my thoughts on all of these movies coming out. But honestly, going through just that small list, I know there's going to be a ton more that come out. I'm just thinking 2025 is going to give 2024 a run for its money. And I was just talking on the live a couple of nights ago how 2024 has just been great for movies. Like every movie that came out this year, I've enjoyed for the most part. And I think that especially when it comes to horror and things like that, it's just been a great year for it. So I'm excited to see what other ones come out and get announced and all of that, because this list already is just proving itself to be great. But I will be looking into all of these movies and some of the ones that y'all commented as well on tonight. I'm going to be working on a video to release tomorrow talking about my most anticipated movies of 2025. And also, I'm working on a video by the end of the week after I watch most of the movies that I still have yet to watch for the year, a best of 2024. But that probably won't be released until the last week of December. Stay tuned for that. But most anticipated movies of 2025, that video should be coming out this week. Very excited to discuss all of that. And I'm pumped. I'm pumped for these movies and to talk movies on the channel. We're going for new goals. We're trying out some new shows and things like that. Yeah, I think that we could definitely see that Final Destination trailer really, really soon. And I think it's definitely a thing where they have to start getting people ready for it, right? Like people who have been anticipating a movie or forgot maybe about the franchise to get them ready for that. And I'm trying to think if we could probably see that by the time The Wolfman comes out, which is January 17th. That's like the next big horror film coming out, right? And then Companion as well in January. So we could definitely see a trailer probably by in the next month or so for that. And I'm excited to see what that's going to be like. It's been a bit. It's been a bit. And I remember going to go see the last Final Destination movie that came out in theaters, which I don't know if that was like 2011 or 2012 actually. So it's been a bit. I remember going to go see that in theaters, and let's look it up. When was the last one that came out? That's why I'm interested in seeing how they want to bring people back into the franchise as well. So yeah, the last one was 2011, Final Destination 5. So it's been 14 years, and now we're getting Bloodlines. And now I will be doing more videos talking about all of these films as well, so stay tuned. But yeah, I just want to come on here and talk about these, get it ready, and start just getting my mind into it. I wanted to just do it on live just so I can go through them and then see some of the ones y'all comment as well so I can add them to my list. But yeah, stay tuned for that video tomorrow. Right now I have the 28 Years Later Theory video, which I'm excited for that movie a lot as well. Yeah, it's been a long time as well. I remember being in high school when the last one came out, and now it's like we're almost there for a new one, which I never thought they were gonna make a new one, and here we are though. Here we are, and I'm excited to see what that one's gonna be like. Very excited for what they want to do with that story as well, especially considering the last one also. I thought the last one was all of them definitely have their own like thing, and it's always about the accident, what's the big accident, and all of that. And the one I always remember is that roller coaster one. That one was crazy. So I'm interested in seeing what they want to do. But I will be doing more lives. I will be doing live tomorrow. I'm trying to get a better time at doing lives. I don't want to be doing them randomly like I've been doing recently, so that will be something as well. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking too about the Final Destination 6, what that's going to be, right? But I don't know. We shall see. I do want to read more about it and stuff like that. And yes, rest in peace, Tony Todd. Really a big loss this year for sure. And not just for horror, but just movies in general. Really big presence, Tony Todd. And I'm curious to see how they really like will celebrate him in the next destination. So very, very curious about that. But hopefully we do get a trailer pretty soon, and we do see it. Like I said, it's definitely going to be with the next big horror film, which I think is going to be Wolfman, or they'll choose Companion to showcase that trailer. So we should be seeing that trailer in the next month, and maybe a teaser or a poster probably in the next couple of weeks. So that should be coming out pretty soon. And then Super Bowl comes around, so we'll start seeing more of these trailers, more of these things, because that's when they usually put a lot of the big trailers for the movies coming out. And as we get festival announcements and things like that, some of these movies might be at festivals, so we'll probably be seeing a good amount of them pretty soon. But appreciate everybody who came on the live tonight. I will be doing a longer live tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. I'm trying to get a better sense of live times and things like that. But appreciate y'all. Hope y'all have a good night and rest up, and stay tuned for some